Hi, welcome to the White Guy Show. I'm Whitey, and today I'm going to review a film called The Fisher King, which came out in 1991. It's directed by Terry Gilliam of Monty Python fame, and it stars Jeff Bridges and Robin Williams. And I'll do my best to make sense of this film. It's a Terry Gilliam film, so it's a little bit out there, but Jeff Bridges plays a very Howard Stern-esque radio jockey when that was kind of a bigger thing than it is now since social media. But um, and he has a career that's on its way. I don't remember if I think he's still auditioning for a role in a sitcom that's kind of based on him, or he's going to be like the lead guy. He's got a book he's working on that's going to come out that's about him, and then again, an established career as this radio personality, and he's not necessarily a mean, horrible person like a traditional villain. He's not violent. He doesn't wish bad upon people, but he's very self-obsessed. And I'm forgetting his name right now, but everything is about him. So one day he comes home from work as a disc jockey, and he's got himself an apartment. He's got himself a girlfriend, and she's always in the periphery. He's never like talking directly to her, and the character's name is Jack Lucas, and he's always like when the Jack Lucas, he refers to himself in the third person, and everything is about his book that's coming out. I'm petting Gun, by the way. You can't see the cat, but it's there. Aren't you, buddy? But and then one day he's doing his radio show, and a guy called Wendell, a regular, calls in, says he's in love with the girl at the grocery store, and then Jack Lucas is like, "You're an idiot. This is just like the other girls that didn't want anything to do with you." Unbeknownst, and Jack is just trying to keep his radio show fresh and entertaining. Doesn't really mean harm to this man. He doesn't mean ill as he's saying this. He's just saying, "Come on, man, wake up. She's not into you." And but Wendell finally snaps and takes a shotgun, goes to a restaurant, and kills like 11 people or something as a direct consequence of what Jack Lucas said on the radio show. And again, Jack is self-absorbed, but he's not an evil monster, and this really cuts to his core. It really tears him up inside that because of something he said, these people died, and it sends him in a spiral. And so 3 years later, he's now lost it all, and he owns a video rental with a porn section in the back, and he's always just hanging out in the back of the porn section. His girlfriend's long gone. He's now got a new girlfriend who basically runs the video store, and he's become a bit of an alcoholic. He's lost. He's lost his way. And so one night he's stumbling, bumbling, fumbling, and he's drunk. He falls into some trash as he's trying to get to somewhere. He ends up down by the river in like a New York Manhattan kind of thing, and ties two concrete blocks to his feet. He's going to jump in and drown himself. Just as he's doing this very Jesse Smollett situation that just doesn't happen. A couple of rednecks pull up in a truck, and they're like white nationalist types, and they're for no reason whatsoever. For no reason, they decide they're gonna attack this guy and burn him to death. Which, he's sad and he wants to kill himself, but not really. He wants to cry for help. And just as that's about to go down, Robin Williams comes out of the trash effectively with a bunch of homeless people, and Robin Williams is visually clearly a homeless guy. And they affront these two Jesse Smollett type redneck characters, and but instead of fisticuffs in stopping them, they break into song and dance, which is clever, I suppose. Eventually, they end up driving off the two redneck types and saving Jack Lucas. He's still drunk. He's still under the bag, half in the bag, under the table, and he kind of comes to. It's the next morning, and here's Robin Williams is still sitting there yakety yakking away, yakety yakety, and he's in like electrical room in the basement of some kind of building, and so as he's trying to get out of there, he's trying to get away from this homeless guy. The landlord is like, I let this guy rent. You got to get out of here. Let this guy live in the electrical room, but I don't want a bunch of guests. I don't want him bringing people over. And he's like, I let him live here because of the tragedy. And Jeff Bridges goes, the tragedy? And then the landlord reveals that Robin Williams' wife or fiance was killed by the Wendell guy. And Robin Williams was with, I believe it was his wife, at the restaurant when that happened. Of course, he witnessed the horror of his wife being shot and killed with a shotgun. And that just as Jack Lucas, his life went into a spiral as of this, Robin Williams, independently, that his life went into a spiral. And he was a normal guy before that. Now he's a homeless bum. So Jack Lucas decides he owes it to this guy to try to help this guy, Robin Williams, get back on his feet. Robin Williams is cray and has a bunch of crazy homeless friends. And he does this weird thing where he's just weird. Robin Williams is a weird guy, and Jack Lucas is trying to help him out, get back on his feet. Robin Williams has, here you go, buddy. Go ahead and, look up the white stuff. That's what she said. Robin Williams has this lady who's also a little bit aloof, that he has a crush on that he doesn't know, but he sees her around from time to time. So Jack Lucas decides to kind of clean up Robin Williams a bit, introduce him to this lady, this girl, and then hopefully they'll hit it off and they'll be in better stead, and he can feel less guilty about having played a key role in ruining this man's life. Robin Williams then believes that the actual No BS Holy Grail is at this billionaire's house or mansion, and naturally it's like right down the street. A bunch of drama happens. Robin Williams gets hit by a car. He's in a coma. Jack Lucas breaks into the guy's house to steal the Holy Grail, gives it to Robin Williams. This kid brings him back from the coma. He's better, he's happy, he's dancing. And Jack Lucas has learned to be less self-absorbed and care about the people around him. The end. And it's all done in Terry Gilliam realism, quirky. He did shot in a way it's very surrealist kind of thing. So it's not a bad movie. It's a good premise, but it's something that I don't know where cinema was at circa 1991, but this has been done to tears in movie and TV shows ever since. Every frappin' episode of Family Guy is this. Peter is being a selfish jerk. He pisses off Lois. He realizes how important Lois is again. And then he needs to realize not to be such a selfish jerk. American Dad, same thing. Simpsons, Homer Simpson, same thing. And it's just, if you pull this film out, isolated on its own for its own merits. I'm doing this weird lighting thing with my laptop. I don't know what stories on it. This is not a bad film. And good performance. Jeff Bridges does a really good job with this film. He's a really talented actor. The Big Lebowski himself, he does a good job here. Robin Williams is being Robin Williams. And in 1991, that was great. Robin Williams, wow. In 2021, Jesus God, could that man play a different role? So, at the time, I don't think this had been done quite as much. This horse hadn't been beaten to the point where there's nothing there left. But watching it now, I'm just kind of like, this again. Some selfish jerk needs to realize to be less of a selfish jerk and help this guy. Wacky and so, oh my god. And then again, those two redneck guys at the beginning, it's like, this doesn't happen. So it's very much there's like it's a film that can't get out of its own way. It's got a good heart. It's got a good point. It's well shot. It's well performed. On all the objective elements of a film, technical aspects and stuff, structure, pacing, tone, it's all done well. It's just, God, fucking damn, have I seen this before? And that might not have been so much the case circa 1991. But that's fun. But also, too, it's like liberals with their liberalism can't get out of their own way. So it's like the whole story for Jack Lucas's redemption gets lost by these two rednecks, and it's like you're not in Georgia. It's again very Jesse Smollett. It's like these two, they're like in Manhattan or Boston, they're very New York, and it's like it's like finding two cardinals and the polar ice caps or something. It's like this is just very out of place. Did this even happen? And so it's just it's imperfect. It's got some redeeming qualities to it. It looks good performances. It's been done too many times, and so it's kind of like you know what's gonna happen. And when Robin Williams is talking about this rich guy's got the Holy Grail, it's like, oh, they're gonna go find that Holy Grail, and oh no, he's in a coma, so he's gonna use a Holy Grail to get him out of the coma. It's like you know where this is going. So this is not an awful movie by any stretch of the imagination, but in year 2021, I've seen this done 500,000 times, and it's old as shit. So anyway, that's The Fisher King. Go watch it. Don't go watch it. You've seen it before, and so really it comes down to is it a do you enjoy Jeff Bridges and Robin Williams, two legends working together in the early '90s. Terry Gilliam, does that do anything for you? If it did, you've probably already seen it. And if you don't know, if you haven't, you probably, that's not going to do it. So I don't know. Fucking flip a coin, shove it up your butt, and watch the movie or don't. I'm out of here. Cheers. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the thing, action, go, accomplish, achieve. Throw money at me. Pay me $20 to get a haircut. It's overdue as shit. But I'm going to be 40 in May, and by God, there's a lot still. I haven't lost an inch, and it grows in fast. I can't complain. Beard and everything. Cheers.